Testing, testing. All right, boom. We got sound. Perfect. Yeah, guys. I just came out the shower. Just came out the shower. We. I wanted to talk about the Tyler Perry lawsuit, a new Tyler Perry lawsuit that has been filed by Braxton Wells, another Oval actor. We know previously Tyler Perry was being sued by Mr. Dixon. I believe his name is Dixon, for the same thing. So now another person has come out and he was on a tear. I have it on my page. If you guys been on my media page, the Crazy Game podcast, I have posted on it. But Braxton is actually surprisingly did an unexpected interview with Storm Moore. So I kind of wanted to get into that. I wanted to talk about it, but yo, we
Oh,
got
okay. So
Braxton
that was
himself,
Braxton with a
so we ain't
girl.
even got to
Okay,
get
got it.
into it like that.
Got it,
We'll
got
let
it, got
Braxton
it.
tell his story.
And then Mark was saying, I had fun hanging
We'll
out with
let
you.
Braxton
Okay,
tell his
cool.
story.
So they hung out, they had a good time.
All right,
Okay,
hold
and then
on.
Mark is saying to him, okay, that make more sense. Mark is
Hold on,
saying
give
to
me a
him, I think
second.
Taylor made your night. Oh, so whoever Taylor is, that's who Braxton was with. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, Braxton?
Oh shoot. No.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good,
Give me a
man.
second. Hold on. We going.
Listen,
Hold on. Give me a second. Give me
the
a
people.
second. I know what's wrong. I know exactly what's wrong.
No, we
Give me a
switched back.
second.
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
really
wait,
want to get
wait,
into
wait,
this
wait.
interview, bro.
Hold up.
This shit is gonna be juicy. Oh shit.
What's up,
Oh shit.
Braxton?
Yeah,
You
this
in
shit is gonna be
LA?
juicy. I really want
Okay,
to get
y'all
into
right.
this
My bad,
interview.
my bad. Okay,
Boom.
Braxton is in the
All right.
gray,
Let's see.
and then Mark is in the blue. Okay, my
Why
bad,
is
my
it not
bad.
playing?
So let's.
Why I do not hear no
Okay,
sound.
so yeah, I said that right. No, Braxton's in the
All right,
blue.
perfect,
Braxton's in the
perfect.
blue. Mark is in the
All right,
gray.
bet. We in
Shit,
here.
this shit confusing me now.
We in here, bet. We in here, bet. We in here, bet. We in here, bet.
So if Braxton is in the blue, oh, okay, got it.
We in here, bet.
So, oh, okay, so that was Braxton with a girl.
We in
Okay,
here,
got
bet.
it, got it. And then Mark was saying, I had fun hanging out with you.
Bet.
Okay,
We in
cool.
here. We in here. All right.
So they
All
hung
right.
out, they had a good time. Okay, and then Mark is saying to him, okay, that make more sense.
Oh yeah.
Mark is saying to him, good.
Videos.
All right.
I
Boom.
didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
The
All right,
people got a
guys.
lot of
So
questions for
this.
you. Do you got
So
time?
this.
yeah. I
So
have
this is
time.
Braxton Wells.
Oh,
He
perfect.
is the one that's allegedly
So they
suing
hung out, they had a good
um
time. Major night. Hey,
Tyler
what's
Perry
up, then?
Studios.
The people
Oh
got a lot of
shit.
questions for you. Do
Oh
you got
shit.
time?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have time. I was just looking at other videos. I didn't even realize how much traction I was getting. So I want to thank everyone for supporting in this serious matter that's happening right now.
Absolutely. And I do want to say that, here you're free to say whatever you need to say. Um, when I report, I have to entertain, of course, but
All right,
nonetheless,
bet.
this is a very serious matter. I
Hmm.
want to ask you this, Braxton.
Yes.
The situation that happened between you and Mark, and I have to say allegedly.
Yes.
Um, Before that happened, would you consider you guys to be friends? Like the text messages seemed like you guys were very, very like familiar and cordial with one another.
Are we talking about when I first met him, or like way before the incident even happened?
Way before the incident ever happened, like from the time you met him to the time the incident happened, what was you guys' relationship?
Um, our relationship was more like kind of well, it started with me professional, but then he started getting used to me. I saw on his behavior. At that time I was more very excited. I was a very hungry actor. I was it was like my first time ever meeting a top executive. I felt like it was like a huge opportunity for me, but my girlfriend Taylor at the time was telling me that she had some questions. Even her coworkers in Buckhead that worked at Sauce Buckhead, I don't know if anybody is from Atlanta, but it's
I used to
literally,
live there. I used to live there.
yeah, it's literally right by Dive Bar. It was like kind of like a pizza place. Like if you go down the hill, there's like all different types of bars over there, and that's where she was working.
Mm.
And she would warn me about Mark because I was there for work. Literally, I was there to shoot for the Oval. It was for 2 episodes, but I was there for just 1 day shoot because Tyler shoots continuous shots. He
That is
don't.
true.
Yeah, he shoots like 80 pages in literally like 1 day. I just think that's ridiculous. That's why some of his shows and movies are horrible. Um,
Damn.
but
Damn.
the main
Damn.
thing is
Okay.
I didn't really think of anything at that time. I was clueless, you know. I was just a very hungry actor. Our relationship was more like we were just getting to know each other, but I was more excited that damn, I actually got someone that's from a top executive from Tyler Perry Studios hanging out with me. It's like,
And let me stop you right there. As I was explaining to the chat too, I'm not in the business, but
mhm.
I like I'm kind of like on the outside, right? But I know a lot of times that's how business gets done. You gotta kind of have a personal relationship with them in order to get certain roles or certain opportunities. I'm not saying sleeping with them, but I'm like you you do have to like network in a sense and go to the parties and kind of play nice and
Yeah, yes, because man, there's so many things that people don't see and what truly happens. It's kind of like, for example, the Diddy trial. All right, for
Mhm.
example, I know what is his name, Quincy Combs, Albie Sure's son. He went to the same high school as me in Columbus, Georgia,
Mm.
Hardaway High School. So the things that I saw, they would always hang out at this guy named Tony De Niro's house, and I will always see like their sons always picking up underage women in their sprinter bands. So just to hear what these people are saying in these courts, I believe them because I see it. But when you see other people who are not around that and they're just watching movies, idolizing other people and stuff like that, they be say, "Oh no, they're just going for the money. They're just going for this and going for that." No, what I'm doing is trying to expose lies, tear down the veil. This is all coming from scripture, from literally in the Bible. And that's who I serve. I serve Yahweh. I serve Yahshua the Messiah. I don't need money for this. I
But
don't.
and let me say this too. You saying you talking about the underage girls and the vans and stuff like that was confirmed by TMZ at Diddy's LA house, so I know
Mhm.
you're not lying about that literally the neighbors used to yell, oh y'all bringing over teenage girls, y'all bringing over little girls again, blah blah blah. So that's a very real thing. I had also interviewed another artist, Trey, and I remember he said in Diddy's house, Diddy had it to where like the kids couldn't just roam the house. They had to stay in one side. It was a lot of control. It was very weird. So
Mhm.
just to corroborate what you said, go ahead.
Yeah. It's a bad situation. It's kind of like the whole Chris Brown Rihanna situation. Nobody knows the real story, but people who's in the business know the real story. It all turns back to Clive Davis, all that stuff. So it's just like people don't see these things. It's all politics. Somebody paying off someone, speculations. They try to distract the audience. It all comes back to you guys because you guys are not around that at all. But if it was like an audience member, I don't be around it, I can see a different view into that
Yeah.
all the time. I will always see a different view. But now experiencing that because I thought it was great. I was a big fan of Tyler Perry. I've always watched his Medea shows, his plays. I always went to his plays. I was always a big fan. But then when I started seeing all these things that happen to me and the things that are happening to other people that I know, it's really traumatizing. It really is, and they took advantage of my situation. My civil attorney was tampered. I just had a feeling in my spirit. Yahweh was telling me something. Literally, when you feel something in your gut, that ain't no just some random message coming through your body. That's the Holy Spirit talking
It
to you.
is. It
It's
is. It
it's
is.
truly the Holy Spirit, and but they're not gonna tell you that. They so worried about money, idolizing, talking about movies and this and that, Netflix, all that. That's all they care about. They don't Tyler. Don't let Tyler fool you. Don't let none of these people fool you guys, man. I'm telling you, Yahweh is about to tear all this stuff down. It ain't just me. He's using my vessel. He's talking through me. I'm telling y'all, man, it's sad. After getting on Tasha K's podcast, um, she even told me that she had a lot of tips from other people that had the same pattern from Mark Swinton, and she
Oh,
said it
from
was
Mark.
yeah,
Okay. I thought you was about to say from Tyler from Mark.
oh yeah, from Mark, yeah, there's
Oh.
really thick patterns, and that's why
Oh.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
Oh.
They talking about, oh, you're gonna have to pay all that stuff back. Do you think I'm scared of going to court? They don't want me to go to court. That's their plan. If they
Mm.
take me to court, everything will be discovered.
Well, yeah, then everything's out in the open. It is
That
at that point.
that's exactly what
Let
I'm
me
saying.
let me ask you this. And I just want you to confirm this to the chat so it can come from you because you are an actor.
Hmm.
In the industry, is it true that the majority of those producers, writers, and directors are gay?
Yes, literally all of them.
Okay, so y'all heard it from him. So it's not conspiracy just coming from me. You heard it from him. Is it
Yeah,
also
it's kind of like if you have imagine if you had a lot of money
true?
and you have sex with the most beautiful women in the whole world and you do it all the time, but then you want to try something new.
I was told, I was told by Roseanne that Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels, she calls them the gay mafia. Would you agree with that? And I'm talking about Roseanne Barr. Would you agree with that?
What is that saying which your mama always tell you when you roll around with dogs, you're gonna end up having fleas?
There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving past that, and I didn't see the Tasha K podcast, so I'm gonna ask you if you're not comfortable. That's okay. Are you comfortable actually describing what actually happened to you?
Man, I've talked so many times about this. It's like sometimes that's why I had to write a written testimony. Like there's some parts I missed out telling Tasha. That's why I had things written out because I've gone through this so many times. All I can say is because I don't want to just keep going over and over. I was drugged. Um, Something was in my drink, and I had a blurry version at the time when we went up to his bedroom and went to his entertainment room. And I remember him coming up to me trying to kiss me, and I told him no, and I pushed him off. And things got fuzzy at that time. And then all I remember, I blacked out that whole night. And then the next morning, I woke up in the middle of his bed, butt naked, and I had Vaseline and blood in my anus area.
Oh,
And I saw him in the corner of the bed, and he was telling me that he Apple paid me $6,000, and
damn.
yeah, he just told me not to talk about it. He said this would ruin both of our careers, and because I asked him what happened, he said we had intercourse, and I didn't know what to say at that point. Only thing I done was literally got up from the bed and took a shower. That was literally like what I had to do. I mean, there was nothing for me to say. I'm sitting in front of someone that can ruin my whole life. And then people ask me, why did I stay in communication with him? Well, if you were in my position and acting was your dream, your only occupation, the only income that you had, what would you have done? What would you have done? What would you have done if you're gone having post traumatic stress disorder, mood disorder, Stockholm syndrome, all types of mood disorder, Stockholm, and I want people to look up Stockholm syndrome. That's a serious, serious disease.
It's a real thing.
And I'm sitting here trying to explain to people this. I'm like, I'm giving up my medical documents to my civil attorney. And I have federal statute protection as a veteran for this. We're not supposed to be silent. She didn't even tell me my California laws. And I was sitting there watching the video before I got on here. I forgot that lady's name. It's some lady named Pam, some lawyer.
Oh,
That
Pam, I think
yeah,
Esquire or
and
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I guess she was trying to figure out what I was trying to say, and I signed the NDA and all this, and I just let her. I was just listening. I laughed a couple times on some of the people who were talking back. I don't feel nothing what people's negativity because no one has been in my shoes or in my place in that time where I was at. So I'm sitting here listening. I'm just like, well, even if they don't want to take me to court, even if they do take me to court, everything has to be discovered. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be investigated by the state bar of California. Then they're going to say, well, why is this even a civil matter if the Georgia statute of limitations was 2 years and you said he didn't have a case, but his civil attorney in LA said it didn't explain none of his rights. Don't make sense, right? Then he filed a criminal case on September 25th of 2024, way before the NDA. So this is a criminal matter. So why are we sitting here and talking about an NDA? We can't silence this kid for no NDA to have you guys have him pay you all the money back. This is a criminal matter.
NDAs don't protect you from felonies. It
Yeah,
it
and
it doesn't.
then
Yeah.
and then I had someone, my manager who worked with will work with Tyler Perry. His name's Chris Giovanni. He tells me I don't have proof. I'm telling this guy, by Georgia law, you don't need physical proof if you read the laws carefully. And Pam didn't say anything about that. And I've read it. Like my family are prior law enforcement in Georgia, so I know the laws. I'm sitting here looking. All you have to have is a physical testimony, and you got to have timestamps of these occurrences. Even the detective that's on this case, Detective McGinnis at the Roswell Police Department, I truly believe that he has to subpoena the third party interview testimonies that Mark Swinton has said. And when that,
And let me ask you this, because you provided the case number. You provided the case number, so I'm gonna try to get a copy of that police report as well. So
Mhm.
that's just letting you know, because
Oh no, that's fine.
it's public, but I want to look over it too. It's just gonna take a day or two, but yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
That's
If you're just getting in here, this is Braxton Wells, the guy who is allegedly suing Tyler Perry, as well as Tyler Perry's right hand man, Mark. Mark something. I can't remember his last name, but suing them for, of course, sexual assault. He's alleging that he was raped by that guy, and Tyler Perry did everything to cover it up, and even paid him off and have an MDA, and now he is coming out exposing the whole narrative.
fine. That tells me people are actually looking into this
Yeah.
and want truth.
I want to look over it too. It's just gonna take a day or two, but yeah,
That's fine. That's
yeah,
fine. That tells me people are actually looking into this
yeah.
and want truth. I have no issue about that.
To go back to the morning when you woke up, after,
Mhm.
did you think to go to the hospital at all? I know you took a shower first.
Um, I wanted to go to the hospital right after I left Georgia because I already had a primary care doctor in Los Angeles, and I didn't even feel like going through that whole situation trying to register in Georgia.
Yo, no lie, no lie. That nigga looks zesty, bro. Just his posture, he looks zesty, dog. He was possibly in it too, bro. He probably liked that shit.
So I didn't tell this part. Uh, I mean, it's medically protected. I was gonna wait till court to say it, but I did get checked, and then I did end up having something. So
Oh shit! So he's alleging that he possibly contracted a STD, or he contracted something from that alleged rape. Oh shit! Yo, this is like breaking news. Yo, this is like breaking news. Like, yo, we I feel like we getting this shit firsthand. Shit! So he possibly got contracted something from that rape. Oh shit, Tyler. Damn, you got some explaining
From
to do, big
Mark.
dog.
yeah, I ended up having simplex herpes.
Oh shit, he got
So
herpes from that shit.
that was the time that I
Fuck.
had it, and I told my civil attorney about the whole situation. But and then I had what is it, medications? I forgot. I think the medication was Aclovir that I was taking. Um, so yeah, I mentioned all that. I had hip pains and all types of stuff after the whole trauma of it.
Damn.
So yeah, I mentioned all that, but I don't want to go any further because I'm a HIPAA
Yeah.
act for myself.
Bitch.
But I'm not I have nothing to hide here,
Oh
and that's
shit.
why I kept trying to repeatedly tell people. They keep saying, "Oh, you're going to pay all that money back." Okay, okay. You got to understand, they're not trying to go to court. They're not trying to have discovery because all that stuff has to be discovered. They will find out if something's been tampered with, someone has been coached, manipulated, and plus, me being a disabled veteran, they can't get no money back from me because you want to know why? I don't have any assets. I don't have none of that. What can you claim? What can you get from me? Nothing. You can't take my disability. That's federal.
Nah, you can't touch that.
Exactly.
Can't touch that. Yeah, yeah,
I'm government property.
yeah.
You got to understand that. So these people think I'm just coming in here thinking I'm stupid. I'm not. I want them to think I'm stupid. Go ahead, please underestimate me. I'm baiting you, Mr. Perry and Mark, to go take me to court. This is all I've been wanting. But everything's about politics. They're gonna stay away from this situation. They're gonna stay away from it long as they can until someone really picks it up.
Let me ask you this: are you at all in fear of your safety?
Yo,
No,
why would he be afraid of his
Okay.
safety, bro? He's
no,
a veteran. Unless he was
no,
fucking
not at
just
all.
sitting in a fucking
Um,
office.
like I said, Yahweh, Yahshua the Messiah, our Savior who died on the cross, is my protection. I ain't worried about not them, and I'll be damned if someone comes in here and threatens me.
Oh shit.
Is it
Talk your
is it
shit,
true that
nigga.
Tyler Perry has an island? Is that true?
Yes. Oh yeah. You know those pictures that you seen when him was that I forgot whose ex it was. Uh when he was like on a boat.
Oh shit. I know. Yo,
Yeah,
yo.
with that's Mariah
Oh
Carey's ex, the
shit.
dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's at. That's his line. He don't speak about it. Only his closest associates know about that.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Tyler Perry has
But
an
now he's
island.
starting to get exposed about the situation, so but it's gonna come out. It's
Yo.
gotta come to light.
Yo, Tyler Perry got an island, bro. Yo, is this. Yo, did we know this shit? Yo, did we know this shit? Like, did we fucking know this shit? Yo? Yes, Tyler Perry owns a private island in the Bahamas. Specifically, he purchased White Bay Cay, a 25-acre island, and a nearby 7-acre island for his 40th birthday in 2000. Oh, this nigga rich. Oh shit. Oh shit. This nigga rich. Yo, this nigga rich. Yo. Did we know this nigga was this rich? Like, yo, this nigga rich, bro. This is interesting. This is interesting as fuck. Wow. Wow. This is so interesting. Wow. Oh wow. This is interesting as fuck. Like, Tyler Perry owns an island. He has developed the island. Okay, so he developed the island, building a 14,000 square foot mansion, a spa and marina. He used the island to isolate himself and focus on writing, sometimes spending 2 weeks there to write 22 episodes, according to a YouTube video. What the fuck? He talked about this shit?
I have a island in the Bahamas that I bought for my 40th birthday, and I have a house in Wyoming. And those places you can't go anywhere. And if in the Bahamas, if the guy who has the island probably a mile away turns off his cellular tower, you don't have cell service. So it's perfect. So I sit there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Why would that ever be perfect? Like, why would that shit ever be perfect, bro? Like, what if something happens? Like, okay.
I come up at 22 episodes, write them, send them to Atlanta. Okay, they're sisters. No, I'll take a week, do nothing, get drunk, hang out, go to Wyoming. 2 weeks, sit there, 22 episodes. Okay, guys, there's Oval. Send them all back. So when I get back, I've got 120, 130 episodes written. I'm like, okay, now we're going to direct them because I can't do them both at the same time. So I have to write them, make them happen, and make sure the scripts are right and make sure the audience is loving it. And listen, we're killing. These shows are killing on BET. Killing. Do that, and then on to the next thing. I have a
Yo, this dude has an island, bro. This dude has a freaking island. Yo. This dude got an island.
yeah.
Did you ever imagine in your life you'd be saying, like, the reason I went to Italy for my birthday is because my plane was flying to the Bahamas to rescue people from my island?
Yeah. Thank you for making me sound this small. Like, really, you know what?
Small.
No, sometimes I'm talking to people and I'll say, and I was just talking to Oprah, and then I'm like, that's your name dropping. Just be quiet. But
All right, Tyler Perry fans. Now, this I actually watched the Tyler Perry interview on Jimmy Kimmel from last week. There are probably going to be 3 to 4 videos I'll be doing from that one interview alone because there was a lot of good stuff in there. But let me just say that being the person I am, you probably expect me to know a lot about Tyler Perry, but there are some things honestly I really don't know. So to actually hear that he owns an island is incredible. I have it on the screen here. I believe it's White Bay K.
Yo,
Tyler
that's
Perry spends his
crazy.
downtime on a private island. The writer, actor, producer is the proud owner of White Bay K. Previously has done some serious developing, constructing a 14,000 square foot mansion.
Yo, 14,000.
Wow. What, it has commissioned spa, marina. Tyler Perry, first of all, just wow, just congratulations on the success. I know I say this.
Yo, imagine living life abundantly, fucking in the states and out the states. Shit, I haven't been able to do it in the states yet, man. I'm still working on out the states.
A lot, especially in the videos. Like, why haven't you contacted me yet? Or when I talked about, the gala or the Hollywood Walk of Fame star. But I did not know this. I mean, I remember, and he mentioned this in the Jimmy Kimmel thing, the only time I really saw Tyler Perry reference Bahamas is when, during the hiatus season of like the haves and the have nots, he might post a photo of him on the beach and whatnot, writing scripts and everything. And I'm like, oh, he must be taking a well deserved vacation, but he doesn't know how to hit the off switch when it comes to working. So he probably goes there for inspiration. And then, of course, after the hurricane a couple months ago, private jets sending down supplies. And he talked about how much the Bahamas meant to him, and just thank you for welcoming him down there, during his vacations and whatnot. So I never knew that he owned a freaking island. So you have what, over 330-acre studio, and you got a freaking island as well. So Tyler Perry, keep doing your thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, I don't even know what I would do.
That's interesting. So Tyler Perry has an
One of
island.
these days. There's no you can but now that he's starting to get exposed about the situation.
Yeah, with that's Mariah Carey's ex, the dancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly where it's at. That's his island. He don't speak about it. Only his closest associates know about that. But now that he's starting to get exposed about the situation, but it's gonna come out. It's gotta come to light one of these days. There's no, you can't hide from
On the
Yahweh, and
island.
I'm gonna keep glorifying Him. It ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with this. It's got to do with him. Yahweh Elohim. That's all. It ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't for me. This is for Yahweh's children to get out of bondage. I don't know if you guys read the Bible, but if you remember when Moses told Pharaoh to release Yahweh's children from bondage,
Mm.
and Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, that's exactly the same pattern that's happening today.
It is. And when I tell you the veil has been lifted,
Yep.
and it's interesting because Hollywood still thinks like, oh, they don't see us. Like, no, we see you. We see what you're
Hmm.
about. You know what I mean? I want to wait. I want to pull this up real quick because I just found this picture. You're referring to this, right?
Yes.
Ha! Yep.
Yes.
He was on his island. Look at him.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny because I talked about that with Derek Dixon's attorney, Jonathan Delshad.
Probably was
Mhm.
fucking.
He said that picture came from him, his team, and I was very surprised. And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You know about that island?" He's like, "Yes, of course." So, yeah, he has a plan. He has a big plan on how to approach Tyler and taking him down. I gave all my evidence to him, but his legal paralegal saying, "Oh, we'll try to find you an attorney, but we got a huge workload on Derek's case." But you know what that means.
Oh yeah. We of
Yeah,
course.
so like, I mean, you're not gonna help me find an attorney. You would have helped me find a legal malpractice to go against freaking my Jeannie Harrison, my civil attorney. I had to report that to the state bar and send an email to the lead prosecutor at the state bar in California, and they still haven't responded back to me. I think the OAG was the only one that responded back. They just told me I needed to submit a complaint, and I did that today this morning.
Okay. Let me ask you: Are you open to answering questions from the chat? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm open.
I'm gonna keep it respectful, of course.
Okay, that's fine.
Um,
Yo, this nigga
Let
getting
me
hella
see. All
good
right, y'all
content
put
right now.
y'all questions in there. CJ said, can he ask if he knows who went to Tyler's private island?
Ooh.
I have no idea. I just know it exists by close people that I know who work with Tyler Perry very closely. But I do not know. I'm praying that the victims come out and say something about it if they had visit. Maybe you don't ever know. Maybe Derek has visited, but I remember Jonathan Delshad said some of the evidence that they have released that was just half of the evidence. There's more to it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there's more to it.
I mean, because damn, that lawsuit was pretty bad.
Man, that thing was thick,
Yeah,
bro.
but and the crazy part is Pam was saying like, well, he hasn't been served the lawsuit yet, so we don't even know if it's gonna stick. But I'm by the way I was talking to this guy Jonathan.
Hmm.
This guy is very particular. He's very smart, and this guy knows what he's doing. I truly believe it's gonna stick. That's why I gotta tell some people just gotta stop listening to people. And I don't know this lady Pam. She seems like a very intelligent woman, but I just think you don't never know. That's why she kept saying that's just my opinion. And it is your opinion. It is. But you gotta understand, ain't nobody coming out as a veteran, disabled veteran that's been working with Tyler Perry, and a civil attorney doesn't speak my federal statute rights as a veteran. Because I am still military property if you're still getting paid by the government.
That is true.
So you might not understand the UCMJ military law. You might not understand that, but that's okay. I'm
And,
not
and I
gonna.
and I always tell people this too. You have the court of public opinion, and then you have the actual court. So people can say what they want. People play attorneys online all day long.
Hmm.
When you get in front of that judge, that's where the real goes down.
Yeah, because the NDA is a soft confession. They're gonna ask him why did you
I
sign.
said that before you came
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I'm just like, why did you sign the NDA? Why did you sign the NDA if this kid didn't have a case in Georgia? You forced him to go to Georgia law, 2 years statute of limitation. Then you still paid him. You can't just say, "Oh, we wanted to get away from public attention." Oh, it was consensual, or whatever they say, whatever their defense is. They're gonna say, "Well." you covered up a crime
Mm.
and you paid them.
You did. What was I gonna say? Have you seen the movie Blink Twice?
Is that with what's his name, Channing Tatum?
Blink
Yeah.
twice.
Yes, I've seen that.
No.
They want to know if there's any truth to that
The
movie.
residence, the relevancy, I guess.
Who wrote that? Was it Channing Tatum's wife that wrote that?
I, I,
I
or
believe.
either him or her. I don't know.
I'm gonna just say it like this: everybody's doing something. Like, if it got something to do with drugs, drinking, lusting over the flesh,
Damn.
yeah,
Damn.
and everyone's doing something. I can't remember the movie. I don't know if there was killing involved. Was there killing involved?
I think they were like the girls got kidnapped and they were drugged. I forgot what they were drugged with.
I wish you guys compare something like Sound of Freedom, like a film like that.
Okay.
Now that's
Let me
something
look
that
up what that's about. Hold on.
that yeah, Sound of Freedom is more like child sex trafficking, and I've been to Colombia, and that's where I was.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I mean, even with Blink Twice, I mean, anything can happen. But I've seen it. I've seen what these elites can do. I know what they're capable of. I've heard stories about Clyde Davis. But
What are some of the stories you've heard about Clive Davis?
I remember. Well, I heard
Good one.
stories like the reason why Chris Brown and Rihanna had their whole altercation was because Rihanna had sex with Clyde Davis,
Oh shit.
but this. Listen, I know they might try to come after me or something like that, but this is what I'm hearing from other people,
Yo.
and it makes sense.
Yo, what?
Rihanna, of course, is coming from an island. She
Uh-huh.
ain't no U.S. citizen, so
Okay.
she's gonna do anything as possible to do whatever she wants. And I heard that she had sex with Clyde Davis, and Clyde Davis is the one
Yo.
that discovered Michael Jackson, of course. And she caught herpes from Clyde Davis and gave it to
Wow.
Chris Brown, and that was the whole reason why those guys were fighting, and that's why they tried to protect
Yeah.
Rihanna's career that whole time, and that's why they were trying to tarnish Chris Brown, but
No
they can't tarnish him because
way.
this guy is very intelligent,
Yo.
and um,
Yo, Storm done got this nigga to fucking.
yeah, that's the story, but
I
that is it.
never
It
heard
sounds
that.
caught up.
Wow.
Yo, that is the
Yeah,
wildest
I heard that
story.
from quite a few people that's in the music business,
What?
and
Damn.
they were Rihanna was they were tossing her around.
She was
Whoa.
so young.
Yo.
She was
Yeah,
underage when she came over here, actually.
yeah. You gotta understand. It's like, man, you gotta do something for them to get in. And I know quite a few people right now in the business,
Shit.
that are trying to make it in the music business, and they're very young. Some people lie about their age too. Some of them say they're 17 or 16, but they've been lying for years.
Yeah, that's like Mila Kunis from that '70s show. She's married to Ashton Kutcher now, who was at those Diddy parties too. But when
Yeah,
she came over here, she was actually 14. She wasn't 17. So yeah.
yeah. But that stuff is real, man. Like that is a real thing, and I feel bad because I've been to Colombia before. I've seen young women out there getting trafficked, and it's very even when you enter the country, they'll tell about the United States because a lot of Americans and rich, wealthy people go out there to take advantage of these girls, and they don't even know how old they are. They sit there and lie. And the cartel, the new generation cartel. Well, oh man, let me keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
duh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
should have
But
been
I,
shut up,
but I
bro.
feel you
Yo,
though.
he tried
I
to talk
feel
about
you.
he
Yeah,
shouldn't have been shut. Bro, you've been talking
it's really crazy.
talking your ass into a
Have you
fucking
heard any
hole for the
stories about
longest.
Justin Bieber or?
Um, I haven't. I mean,
Yo,
I've heard things, but
I think
I
this
don't know.
nigga I think this
I
nigga
That.
career is cooked.
got you.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Oh,
yeah, anything could happen, man.
Barbecue.
Seriously.
Did you know Christian Keys at all?
No, but I remember when I tried to come get help from his manager, I contacted his manager. I heard people say, I don't know if this is true, but I did hear a rumor he did settle. Someone told me 12 million, somebody told me 15 million.
Hold on, let's
So
figure that out right now.
we don't know.
Let's
But
figure that out right
I
now.
know for a fact he
Let's figure that out right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. I'm not too happy with this story at all. I'm not happy about it, but the screenwriter, movie producer, director, and philanthropist Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million because Christian. And what happened to him is actually no different from what allegedly happened to the actor Christian Keys, because Christian alleged that a Hollywood heavyweight treated him the same way that Tyler Perry allegedly treated Derek. And a lot of people feel like this Hollywood heavyweight who harassed Christian is Tyler Perry as well.
I was the one that was sexually harassed for years. Years. Bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. You get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis.
Oh shit.
So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip.
Now, Christian became quiet after he made these allegations, and people believe.
Yeah, I was wondering why he went quiet because, like, he came out with these allegations and we were like, whoa, is he talking about Tyler? And then dude went quiet. And then these two guys came out and started talking.
That he was paid off, and it was also noted that he was going through a legal battle with Tyler Perry over his show All the Queen's Men. Tyler tried to strong arm the show away from him, and I guess Christian attempted to blow the whistle, and that made Tyler scared, and so he paid him to keep quiet. And this is actually what Derek alleged in his lawsuit. He said that Tyler paid off Christian, and he also threatened him too. This is really unfortunate to me, and we don't know if everything is true. Okay, let me just say that.
Yo, how
but
did he get paid,
the
bro?
fact
That's
that
all I
this
care.
lawsuit became public is damaging enough. I mean,
I just want to know how much his lawsuit. Oh shoot, he's alpha. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, wow. All right, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never
A
know.
settlement, because you got to think of this. You see my situation, right? I don't want to be back in the business. I don't care about the reputation. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is truth.
Okay,
So
sir.
even now, me telling the truth, they blackball me from Hollywood. I don't give a damn if you blackball me in Hollywood. I'm never going back to you because all you guys have spread lies on movies and television. You don't speak no truth in none of these television works. All you do is promote violence, sex, lust, uh, man on man, woman on woman, all that. Nothing glorifies Yahweh at all. Nothing. And that's the problem. And a lot of people are going to be judged for that. But anyway, that's Babylon. That is the modern Babylon. That is the system of the serpent. He controls that system, right? Um, you see, he is still the creator of All Queen's Men, and you see Tyler Perry, executive producer of All Queen's Men.
True.
He just came out and said something about I have a problem with the BET. He ain't saying no names. He's saying somebody's causing some backlash and behind the scenes, causing situations with him, right? We all know who he's talking about. He's not saying the names because he had a settlement. He still cares about his reputation. He's still in the business. He still wants to make films. He still wants to create art. But all the art he's trying to create has no truth. It has nothing that glorifies our creator. You got to understand this world. What does it say in the scripture? Do not be conformed to this world. I am separated from this world. All I'm doing is spreading truth. Everything is a pattern. If you stay away, like for example, um, you see how people idolize other people. What does it say in scripture? You always say, don't idolize other idols, don't idolize other gods or praise other gods. When people say God, Lord, Jesus, all this, they're praising other things. The letter J in the Hebrew language never existed at the time that Yahshua was born. So how did they come up with that name? Man created that, right? The Catholics, you can even look on Google that the Catholics changed Yahweh's name to God and Lord. Even it says in scripture, don't forget, my people forgot my name as Baal. All these that they know that Yahweh is real. Everything is spiritual in Hollywood. Everything is spiritual. Everyone's what? Doing rituals,
Everything's
witchcraft.
demonic.
Everything is demonic, right?
Everything's demonic, satanic. I interviewed another lady, and the interview never came out. She asked me not to release it, but basically she wrote a movie, sold it, but they wouldn't let her praise God. They said, well, all gods. You have to, because I think she was trying to show like there was only one way to heaven. They were like, no, there's many paths to heaven. And then when she tried to pull out of doing of finishing the movie because they paid her like $2.5 million, she tried to pull out, and then they said to her, "I own you, bitch!" Like it was crazy. And then her other directors, they were white, brother and sister. They were sleeping with each other, and then they were trying to sleep with her. It was a lot. It was a lot she went through.
Yeah, nobody owes anyone. The only way to be in the kingdom, like to be with Yahweh, Yahshua the Messiah, is to believe in his true name. There, even in scripture, it says there's no other name under in heaven. This is my name forever for all in generations. So when people say Jehovah, God, Lord, Allah, all this, who all made those names? You gotta look, you have to do your research. I tell people, don't believe me. Do your own research. I can see my thing is I'm just here to plant that seed.
Okay.
That's it. That is literally it. I'm not sitting here to tell you what you should believe in because religion it wasn't created by Yahweh, right? Nobody told you you couldn't eat pork because that was already fulfilled in the Messiah law. Muslims over here praising Elijah Muhammad, but he was a man. So it's just you gotta understand, man. There's a lot of people they deceive. When you see the confusion, this deceiving, that is Satan. But when you see things clearly and you can't unsee it, that's Yahweh. There's nothing else about it. That's why I'm not
So,
scared of them. I'm not
so,
scared of what they do.
and so you're serious when you say you're not trying to come back in the industry. You're not trying to you're
No,
good. And why
no.
would you after an
Yeah,
experience?
I'm a married man now. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm in a better place. Um, I got a dog. I didn't even expect me to have do things like this, just to do regular things, and I love it. I feel
Yeah.
more at peace. But what kills me in the inside is when I know there are Yahweh's children still out there and still in slavery under the entertainment business. Because when I have that knowledge and I don't tell nobody about it, their blood is in my hands now.
Got a good point there. So, to aspiring creatives, artists, you would tell them to stay away from Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, I would tell them to stay away. If you really want to do something, I would create your own stuff, but it has to. You want to. I can't tell you what to do, but if it was me, I would focus on Yahweh only. If does it glorify Him? If you trying to make anything in the business, I wouldn't let nobody own your stuff. I want to do anything, right? I truly, I'm telling you because the business is over with. Los Angeles talking about they pass on a new tax incentives. Man, it's too expensive to live out there. Nobody's out there doing that crap no more.
Dude, everybody left. Everybody left
Everybody
LA.
left.
And I'm back and forth all the time. Everybody left LA.
Yeah, everybody. Like I tell people, I've seen every production binder. Everyone's shooting overseas.
Yep.
But my thing is, man, it's every movie that you see is all remakes, and they don't speak no truth on nothing.
It's all remixes. None of it's good,
Yeah,
and or they just try, or they're constantly just recycling reality shows like it's done.
yeah,
I know that,
and
but
all these reality shows, you just lusting over the flesh. You watching another girl, Love Island, and all this crazy stuff. Like, I mean,
yeah, or they beating the crap out of each other
yeah,
on the
like,
network.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't understand. But then I see in my comments people saying I'm trying to take down a black person. I'm not trying to take down nobody. I'm trying to take down the demonic spirit behind that person. It's not the person that's doing it. It's that spirit behind it.
Mm.
Why does Tyler have a desire to have sex with other men? There's a spirit behind
Damn,
that.
damn, damn, damn,
There's a spirit
damn.
behind that.
Bro,
that's
he is
another.
freaking.
Yeah,
You
Yo.
gotta understand that, and Atlanta's the capital of gays. I've seen some big ass dudes look like straight men, and they gay.
yeah, oh yeah.
Damn, bro.
I'm
Yo,
just
he is.
like,
He must
it,
feel
it
comfortable
ain't
as
no
fuck.
hiding it. Yahweh is exposing everything, man. And like I said, um, all I'm trying to do is expose the lies and start speaking truth. I ain't here for no money. All these people saying that why did you come out after the Derek Dixon case? Man, dude, the reason why I came out because after the Derek Dixon case, because I saw that I had the same identical case. I was manipulated, and no one told me my rights. That's the reason why I came out, and
And
I
so
came out way before.
once you realize you're right, she said, "Let me go ahead and come out and expose this."
Yeah, and I've already came out way before Derek Dixon, and they shut me down. They told me to take down the post, or they would sue me for defamation. And the funny part about that is, they tell me to take it down, and they told me, but we'll still pay you if you take it down.
And how much was your settlement?
It was $500,000, but I only got 98,000 out of that.
Motherfucker said only 298,000. Only 298,000.
Did I
My
make that
attorney,
correct? Oh, your attorney got the
she
report.
got $201,000, and I kept continuously telling her to tell them to pay for my attorney fees, and she said, "Oh, they won't do that."
They owed you way more than that, though.
Yep.
Man,
No, for
look,
sure. More than
I
500,000.
was I was manipulated, coerced. Uh, I was told my rights. It was like take it or leave it. You
Man, you
have to
should have
do
had
this.
got. Man, fuck that
It was
shit,
like I
man. You
was
gonna need some
forced
film. Some mills.
to stay quiet. I even have text messages. She telling me to stay away from the police. Keep your status quo. Radio silent. I mean, make that make sense. I don't understand. Like if
It was just predatory all the way around.
yeah, and even everybody in the industry told me, bro, they're gonna take advantage of you. They're gonna take advantage. Your lawyer is working with them, and I didn't believe it. But then I start seeing it. It didn't make no sense. Even Derek Dixon's attorney, Jonathan Delshad, said that my attorney did legal malpractice. There's no way in hell you didn't have no California rights. It was an employment place. That's why it's called a limited jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Quid pro. California had jurisdiction because you traveled for for work.
You know what? With that being said, I want to leave that there, Braxton.
What, bro?
I
What?
appreciate you. I appreciate you clearing stuff up so we can understand. And
I can't believe
on
he
a
just left it
serious
like
note,
that.
I'm very sorry that happened to you. That's
That's okay. The main thing is getting the other people out of there. Have everybody else speak up.
yeah.
And
So
when
he
that
can't do this to nobody else.
Yeah, because I want my goal is tear down that whole studio, tear it all down, and Yahweh's gonna do it. It ain't gonna be me as Yahweh. Watch and see. Stay tuned. I promise you, Yahweh is not going to forsaken us. Everyone, He is gonna get everyone out of there, out of slavery. This country, this world. It's not even just this country. This world is ending, and it's near, and it's happening right before our eyes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll be in touch with you. I got your number. You take care, all right?
All right, you too, bro. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was Braxton, people.
Wow,
Wow.
that was a lot.
I'm gonna leave it there, chop that up, and repost that. Wow. It,
That was a lot.
this is sad. Drug that man and R worded him. Then
Dang.
gave him herpes.
Yo.
Cause that was
That shit's not a funny matter. But yo, to think all of that did happen. He said, bro, nigga had some Hennessy, felt woozy, fell asleep, woke up, wet booty, bloody booty, and the nigga behind him naked. Saying, like, what the fuck happened? Nigga said, yo, we fucked. Shit, that's crazy.
this is sad. Drug that man and R worded him. Then gave him herpes. Because that was gonna be my next question. I'm like, I know he didn't use protection. Of course he did.
Use baby oil.
Let me say this too. When I was a kid, I tried to become a Disney kid. I used to go to those auditions. Then I went to a lot of the Nickelodeon auditions. Back in the day, they used to send people, scouts around the country to like recruit,
Yeah, I remember
and
those
then you would
shits.
audition in your city, and then if the producers or whoever they were liked you, then they would bring you to LA.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And every time I got ready to go, something would just block it. Every time. I've told y'all this story before. Shout out to what's that agent's name in St. Louis? Danya. I know Danya. She was an older white lady, German lady. If she's even still alive now, I don't know. But I know she got tapes of me too. That may float and come out one day. But something just always blocked it. It just wasn't. It just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. When you look at what they do to grown ass people, when you look at what happened to Miley, Justin, Orlando, Ariana, Raven Simone, Demi Lovato, like they're all weird, drugged out addicts. We see what it is and we know what it is. Yep. I mean, we already know what they would have did to me. And my mom was a single mom too, but my mom was like a helicopter mom. She wasn't playing that, so that definitely wasn't gonna work. But damn, wow. It's funny. I always tell y'all, I'm gonna stay my ass on YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna stay on YouTube. I'm good. They can keep it. I'm good. If I want to make some movies, I produce my own movies. This too much. This is too much for real, for real. All right, people. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and I will catch you.
Yo, crazy, crazy, crazy. Yo, to think, yo, for, yo, that, all of these are allegations, but man, if this is true, and well, we do see the evidence that he did post, that he did post online. Let me take you to the Instagram page. We did see the evidence that he did post online, so Give me a second. So we did see the text message that he did post it online as supporting documents for his claims that we just heard him illustrate for us. Yeah, we just had him illustrate for us. Yes. Um, Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, we did have him illustrate. No. Give me a second. Mm. All right. Yeah. All right. Where is his page? Where is his page? Where is his page? No, that's not his. Where is his page? I think he. I think he. I think he deactivated his page. Damn, I think he deactivated his page. I don't see that crap no more. Damn. Dang. Yep, I guess he deactivated his junk because he was able to see that before. You were able to see that before, I guess. Oh well, oh well. Oh well, oh well. Shall we move on? Yes. Shall we move on? So, shall we? Shall we? Let's get that was quick and out of the way. You got it on that quick.
Not you outside again.
Do that for now, bro. So, of course, I remember we were talking about we were allowing, we were in the middle of Dr. Omar telling us his opinion on his views on Tyler Perry.
Ryan Davis is a.
Of course.
Ryan Davis is a very, very, very funny comedian. We all know that he.
Boom.
Tyler Perry, how you feel about the allegations he being accused of?
We got to deal with Tyler. We got to deal with Tyler. When you talk about the jealousy that the music industry has for black men, it's insane, bro. It's insane. Tyler Perry goes to the BET Awards. He gives a speech, and he's an excellent orator, by the way. I'm an orator. I study oratory. Tyler Perry could have been a pastor or community activist. He's a very good speaker, very good public
Down
speaker.
there, he is a pastor.
He says that I've made more millionaires than every other studio in this city combined. That's what he said. And don't you know, I don't know if it was the next day, but it was definitely the same week. All of a sudden, he gets hit with a $260 million lawsuit from Derek Dixon, who met Tyler Perry in 2019 as an employee of an event company. So he was working at one of the events that Tyler Perry contracted this event company to come to and host. He met Tyler Perry there. Tyler Perry invited him to audition for an upcoming show called Ruthless.
What the fuck? Yo, Dr. Umar, the freaking air quotes is freaking killing me. Like, what the fuck is he? What are you trying to say, Dr. Umar? Like, yo, he really didn't give a fuck about dude. He just wanted that nigga ass, or like, what you talking about?
He met Tyler Perry there. Tyler Perry invited him to audition for an upcoming show called Ruthless. Later on, Tyler Perry tells him, allegedly, according to Derek Dixon's attorney, Tyler Perry told him, I can change your life. Stick with me.
Like a fucking hoe, bro. Like, yo, some shit that you tell a woman, man, I could change your life. Tyler Perry over here telling this nigga,
I could change your whole life. He then invites him to audition for a role on The Oval. Tyler Perry series The Oval. Derek Dixon stars in 85 episodes of The Oval between 2020 or 2021 until 2024, 2025. In January of 2020, Art, right before COVID, Tyler Perry allegedly, texts Derek Dixon and says, among other things, I can't remember the last time I had really good sex.
bro, what? Yo, I don't know what's more funnier. Dr. Umar remembering verbatim the fucking lawsuit that was filed against Tyler Perry, or how well he's telling this fucking story.
Now, as a heterosexual male,
yo, y'all think this nigga, you think he practices all his speech? Like, yo, like, I know he just said he's a good, like, talker, speaker, just like Tyler Perry, but you think he practiced these interviews before he get to these shits? Because, like, bruh, the way he articulates, bro, these shits, like, it's like, bro, you had to have practiced the speech.
Another man sends me a text telling me he can't remember the last time he had good sex.
Bitch, I ain't going to your house.
I already know that ain't somebody I need to be around alone.
No, for real. Like, first of all, for a nigga to fucking send you a text talking about, yo, I can't remember the last time I had good sex, randomly, like, come on, nigga, what the fuck? What are you on, bro? And then definitely what Dr. Umar said, like, bro, if a nigga send me this type of text message, bro, I already know, bro. Ain't no reason for us to be alone together. Can you imagine? Nigga said, bro, I don't remember the last time I had good sex, and then you end up being alone with that nigga. You're vulnerable, nigga.
Because he clearly got the wrong idea about me. In fact, I'm going to have to let him know. In the future, fam, I don't need to know about your sex life.
No, oh God, bro. Oh God. Like, this nigga said, bro, hey, actually, bro, I don't need to be left alone with this nigga. Nigga, matter of fact, Fuck that being left alone with that nigga. Yo, I'm gonna let that nigga know on first quarter off rip. Yo, I don't rock that way, bro, dog. I don't rock that way. So yeah, I don't rock that way, bro.
So Tyler Perry texts in this. He can't remember the last time he had great sex. And then he invites Derek Dixon to his house. Derek Dixon goes to Tyler Perry's house in Georgia. He says, allegedly, according to the criminal complaint or the civil suit, he says Tyler Perry gave him some drinks. They were talking. He started to feel a little tipsy. It got late. Tyler Perry tells Derek, it's a little too late for you to drive home tonight. You've been drinking. I have a guest bedroom. Come and stay in my guest bedroom. Derek Dixon goes to the guest bedroom. He's tired. He's been drinking. He's ready to get some sleep.
Yo, first of all, bro, I ain't about to stay in that man's house, man. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. Like, bro, you done told me too many red flags, man. Too many red flags, bro. I am not staying at your house, bro. I'm not.
Now, and at some point, Tyler Perry comes into his room, slips into the bed behind him, and start rubbing the inside of his thigh. Now, Art, he don't leave. He don't punch him. He don't get dressed and call a Uber or get in his car and get up out of there.
Yo, cause that's all of the things that a nigga would do, exactly. Like, he don't leave, he don't punch him, he don't call him what the freak.
He goes back to work like nothing happened. You could have sued him right there. But he says, and this is where I think Tyler Perry has some room to stand and defend himself. Derek repeatedly alleges that he was concerned about his job and his career. Well, if you're concerned about your job and your career, and this black man is sexually harassing you, why not turn him in? Why isn't your manhood or your self-respect, even if you're homosexual?
Yeah.
Even if you're homosexual,
yeah.
If this man is sexually assaulting you,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you can be sexually assaulted as a homosexual as well,
Yep.
Why not turn him in?
Yo, turn that nigga in.
Why are you saying I put up with it for the sake of the job? To me, you are collaborating and voluntarily participating in this because you could have ended this a long time ago. So anyway, Art, he says that Tyler Perry, throughout this whole relationship of 2020 to 2024, is grabbing his butt cheeks. He says one day Tyler Perry comes into his trailer, grabs him violently by the neck, grabs his butt. Then he says a couple months later, there was another incident. Then the following year, in June of 2021, he says Tyler Perry pulled his underwear down. Help me out.
Yo.
Help me out.
what the fuck?
If this man allegedly pulled your underwear down and grabbed your ass cheeks, why are you not going to a lawyer or going to the police? This man is a billionaire.
No, for
He's
real.
a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Why are you hanging around? He says Tyler Perry coerced him coerced him into accepting the sexual.
Yo, look at Dr. Umar's face, bro. Yo, Dr. Umar looking like, yo, listen to this shit. Like, he looked like exactly like that.
A lawyer or going to the police. This man is a billionaire. He's a billionaire. Why are you
Yo, Dr. Umar looking like, bro, I would have been in that nigga pockets like a mug.
Hanging around. He says Tyler Perry coerced him into accepting the sexual exploitation because Tyler Perry promised him his own show. Tyler Perry promised him career advancement. He allegedly, Tyler Perry was going to provide him with career advancement opportunities. So he says he felt like he had to endure this sexual harassment so it wouldn't mess up his options. As far as I'm concerned, that means you volunteered for it.
Mm-hmm.
You volunteered for it. You were willing to accept it because you thought you would get something out of it. Then he says, Art, around June of 2024, Derek Dixon comes to his senses and he decides that Tyler Perry has been lying to me this entire 4.5-year relationship. He's been lying. From 2020 to June of 2021, that's 4.5. He's been lying.
Yo, Dr. Umar, I don't believe that shit.
So he says once he came to his realization that he'd been lying, he decided to stop showing up for work. He said Tyler Perry told him he had to take a unpaid medical leave. That's when he got with his lawyer, and that's when he decided to sue. Here's where I'm at. Same mistake as Smokey, same mistake as Shannon. Tyler Perry wasn't taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, Art. Because Tyler Perry has not admitted to being bisexual. He has not admitted to any of these crimes. So I'm saying allegedly. If what this man is saying is true, Tyler Perry made the same mistake as Smokey Robinson, Shannon Sharp, and so many other black men dating non-black people. You didn't take care of him.
Non-black people.
From what I read, Art, he was being paid $10,000 an episode. And then when he got upset with Tyler Perry, allegedly, he went up to $15,000 an episode or maybe $25,000 an episode. However that go, don't quote me. But initially, he was only getting about 10 grand.
Mm.
Here we go again, Art. Smokey Robinson. If you want...
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple?
These women to be your girl toys. Tyler Perry, allegedly, if you want Derek Dixon to be your boy toy. $10,000 an episode for a billionaire is not going to cut it. I believe, Art, that Derek Dixon, who claims he never had intercourse with Tyler, that's going to be a big thing, Art. Because when I was reading the civil complaint, it doesn't appear that Derek Dixon ever admitted to having any type of relation with Tyler Perry. 4.5 years, I wonder if that's true. Because if Tyler Perry can prove, allegedly, that him and Derek Dixon engaged in any type of consensual sexual exchange, I think this case can be thrown out. I think the argument can be made that you was engaged in consensual relations with Mr. Perry, and because you didn't get what you wanted to out of this Gabrielle Zuniga and Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, Jane Doe 3, and Jane Doe 4 for Smokey Robinson, you decided to try to exploit him in the courts for money because you know he's wealthy. Mm. So if Tyler can prove that any of this was consensual, I think this case can get thrown out. Why? Because you was around this man for 4.5 years, Art, almost 5 years, and you never did anything about his sexual advancements. Pulling your pants down, grabbing your booty, asking you if you like to be a top or a bottom.
Yo, Dr. Umar studied the crap out of this lawsuit, bro. That he was able to just articulate this lawsuit from the top of his head. Yo, all this groping, bro.
Why? Because you was around this man for 4.5 years, Art. Almost 5 years, and you never did anything about his sexual advancements. Pulling your pants down, grabbing your booty, asking you if you like to be a top or a bottom, asking you about your relations with other men, saying he jealous seeing you around other men. There was too much harassment, allegedly, for you to have not done nothing in nearly 5 years. So if Tyler Perry can prove that they had relations, Art, I think this gets thrown out. Now, if Tyler Perry can't prove that, here's where I stand on this suit. First of all, $260 million is ridiculous. That's number one. But number two, Art, I believe that Derek Dixon would have become Tyler Perry's lover if Tyler Perry gave him what he wanted. Mm. If Tyler Perry would have gave him his own show, I think he becomes his lover. Because according...
Yo, Dr. Umar basically saying that, man, he had a price, and he could have been bought.
To Derek Dixon, Tyler Perry allegedly told him that he wants a male lover who will keep quiet and not become emotionally attached. He claims Tyler Perry told him, I don't have enough time to get emotionally involved in a relationship. So I'm looking for somebody I can smash and dash who keep their mouth shut and don't get all emotional with me because I ain't got time for that. So basically, he kind of wanted a boy toy. Derek Dixon doesn't seem like he really made it clear to him that he was not going to be that. Here's where I think Tyler Perry messed up. Like I said, he didn't take care of him, Art, but in addition to that, Derek Dixon was not going to be no cheap hoe. He was not going to be no cheap hoe.
Not no cheap
That's like,
hoe.
Art, you dating a woman and a woman says, you ain't getting these panties until you buy me a car. And you keep trying to get the panties, you keep trying to get the panties. She said, I'm not giving you no panties until you buy me a car. You buy her the car, you get the panties. If you don't buy the car, you don't get the panties. I simply think Derek Dixon was not a cheap hoe, Art. Tyler Perry didn't keep his end of the bargain, so he never let him smash.
Damn.
He never let him smash, period. Tyler Perry thought he was going to get him before he fulfilled his part of the bargain. Derek Dixon wasn't a cheap hoe. He said, you ain't going to play me cheap. You're going to give me my own show, and if you don't, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep all the text messages.
Yo, Dr. Umar is stupid as fuck. Talking about, Derek Dixon wasn't a cheap bit hoe. That is funny.
He thought he was going to get him before he fulfilled his part of the bargain. Derek Dixon wasn't a cheap hoe. He said, you ain't going to play me cheap. You're going to give me my own show, and if you don't, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep all the text messages. I'm going to keep all the exchange. Just like the Mexicans with Smokey, just like Gabrielle with Shannon, I'm going to keep all the information, Art. And if I don't get my own show, guess what I'm going to do? Run to the lawyers and sue you for $260 million. These wealthy black men, Art, need to learn. You cannot deal with non-African women the way you deal with African women. Our sisters are burdened by racism. They are burdened by negative stereotypes from slavery that have never been true of them. Our sisters have never been Jezebels. It was the slave master who sought after our women and raped our women. They didn't pursue them. But that's the stereotype that America has carried for 400 years. And every black woman who goes into court seeking justice against a perpetrator has to deal with the fact that people see her as sexually promiscuous. Mexican women ain't got to worry about that. Caucasian women ain't got to worry about that. Chinese women ain't got to worry about that. Arabs ain't got to worry about that. East Indians ain't got to worry about that. So these wealthy black men need to understand you can't deal with non-African lovers the way you deal with queens. And our queen shouldn't be mistreated at all. I'm just drawing a comparison here. Tyler Perry, Smokey Robinson, Shannon Sharp, you messing up. Get your act together.
Yeah, from the chicks I've seen, the dude do seem a little high maintenance.
Yes. His whole thing is, I'll be your boy toy. But I'm going to get something out of this because you're a billionaire. You ain't going to play me cheap. And then Derek Dixon's, his attorney, claims that this is what Tyler Perry does to get his lovers. He claimed that there's other men who have worked for Tyler Perry Studios who have been fired because they did not consent fully to Tyler Perry's sexual requests and or constant overbearing harassment. So he says Tyler Perry will put you in shows, write you in, lavish you with all kind of stuff, make you real comfortable, with a very firm understanding that you can lose it all if you don't do what I want you to do. So the lawyer claims there's other men who have a similar story to Derek Dixon. He even mentions Cosby, Carter, Combs, Weinstein, and Spacey in the lawsuit. So the lawyer is trying to draw a parallel from Tyler Perry to Bill Cosby, Sean Combs, R. Kelly, Weinstein, and Spacey. He mentions them in the lawsuit. And he says Tyler Perry is using his status and his power to force young, struggling actors into unwanted sexual relationships. I believe he led Tyler Perry on hoping he would get a show. I believe Tyler Perry was never interested in giving him a show. I think he found out Tyler Perry was playing games, and because he's white and still a racist, and Tyler Perry is still black, although a billionaire, and he decided to show Tyler Perry who's really in charge. And this is why I say, Art, it don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter how much power you have. Whenever you're dealing with a white woman or a white man, they still have more power than you. Tyler Perry's a billionaire. Derek Dixon might have been struggling. But guess what, Art? Derek Dixon has the full power of the American criminal justice system behind him. He got the full power of American civil court behind him. He got the full power of American media behind him. He got the full power of American society behind him. Tyler Perry's billions will be neutralized by Derek Dixon's white privilege. They were playing each other. They were playing each other. He was stringing Tyler Perry along long enough to get his show. Tyler Perry was stringing him along long enough to get some booty, allegedly. And it just so happens that Tyler Perry realized he ain't gonna get no booty, right? And then Derek Dixon realized, I'm not gonna get no show. So Tyler Perry expected him to walk away, Art. He thinking he just gonna walk away. Why would he just walk away when you a billionaire? He gonna embarrass you and he gonna exploit you, because at the end of the day, you ain't nothing but a nigga to him, and you supposed to know your place even as a billionaire. When a white person throws a temper tantrum at a black person, you better get ready. That's why it does not benefit us to date outside of our race, Art, because you take too many hits. Look at Smokey. Look at Smokey. Look at Shannon. And now Tyler Perry, a rainbow bunny coming for his bag. 260 mils. I don't think he gets it, because again, for me, if they're being honest, you volunteered for this, bro. 5 years, you didn't do nothing, no lawsuits, no complaints, no nothing. I'm sorry, he did finally file a complaint against Tyler Perry with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. He did, Art. But I don't think that was until 2024 when he decided to take leave. Tyler Perry said medical leave without pay. It was at the end of the journey, though. It was still too late. I mean, this man texted you and said he can't remember the last time he had good sex, and you're going to go over his house alone and stay the night. He was teasing him on. Both of them were using each other. This was a co-exploitation. Tyler Perry allegedly wanted booty. Derek Dixon allegedly wanted his own show. The only problem, Art, is what? The only person who has something to lose was Tyler Perry. The only... Smokey Robinson. The only person who has something to lose was Smokey Robinson. Shannon Sharp. The only person who has something to lose was Shannon Sharp. Gabrielle Zuniga was her OnlyFans model. Stop dating women outside your race. And if you're going to date women outside your race, make sure, Art, they have as much to lose as you do. Tyler Perry should have found him, if he's into that. I'm not going to say the man is homosexual. If he is bisexual, he should have found somebody who has as much to lose as he does in the entertainment world, and he would have avoided all this. They dating down, Art. They are dating down, thinking they're going to drop these people when they tired of messing with them. It ain't going to happen. You worth too much. Because at the end of the day, every black person in this country, Art, is nothing more than an opportunity and a tool. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care how much money you have. Black people were brought here as objects to be exploited, and we are still objects to be exploited. And the minute you forget that you're nothing but an object or an opportunity to Gabrielle Zuniga, for Mexican immigrants, okay, or to Tyler Perry, in the case of Derek Dixon, they're going to remind you who you are, and they're going to remind you who they are.
The texts we see online, them real texts, right? The ones that leaked online from the lawsuit?
No, I believe they real. I believe they real because in the lawsuit, they have some of the text messages listed. Now, here's the interesting thing though, Art. Smokey Robinson is countersuing. Fat Joe is countersuing. Who else did we talk about a minute ago? Fat Joe is countersuing. Smokey Robinson is countersuing.
And Tyler Perry.
It does. No. It don't look like Tyler Perry is countersuing. He might be, but I didn't see anything.
And the reason why I asked you if the chicks is real is because, I mean, if they real, then yeah, Tyler Perry is gay, man. I mean, he made it known in them chicks that, he in them in.
They both consented. I don't agree with same-sex relationships. If Tyler Perry into that, that's him. We all know the childhood he's been through. It can breed that type of pathology. But to me, this was a consensual relationship that was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. That's how I see it. If I'm on the jury,
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's relationship with
I
Derek
agree.
Dixon was mutually exploitative, mutually beneficial. Neither one of them are in the right. Neither one of them are in the wrong if everything stated is true. That's how I'm looking at that. You still got put on, you still got paid, you still got famous. You feel me? You were taken care of, not to the point you wanted to be, but you were still taken care of. I think it was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. You see, now he never accused Tyler Perry of flat out sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere. I'm seeing a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man. This is consensual. It's consensual. Same thing with Smokey Robinson in the
Yo, I can't, bro. I can't. Bro, he said, man, he pull your pants out and you stay on the job, bro. Come on. This is consensual. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Bro, he's fed up, bro. He's like, bro, what you mean? He's like, what you mean? This is not consensual.
Sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere. I'm seeing a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man. This is consensual. It's consensual. Same thing with Smokey Robinson and the Four Mexicans. Come on now. You keep coming back and forth to work for 18 years, 12 years, 6 years, 1 year, letting this man do all this to you, you doing all this to him. Here's my thing. Are Smokey Robinson giving you oral sex, right? Did you refuse it? Because how does an 85-year-old man hold you down, Art, for oral sex? How does an 85-year-old man hold you down for oral sex? You enjoyed it as much as he did, but you didn't get out of it what you wanted to. The mistake of Smokey, the mistake of Tyler, the mistake of Shannon, the mistake of all of them is you're dating down and outside your race. You cannot afford to do that. You got too much to lose. I don't think any of these men sexually assaulted anybody. I don't think Smokey guilty. I don't think Shannon Sharp is guilty. I don't think Tyler Perry is guilty. But I would convict them on one count of being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would convict them of that. And I would sentence them to 500 lashes apiece. Except Uncle Smokey, he too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them for being...
Yo, he's stupid, bro. Yo, the fact that he said that is like, yo, listen to what he said, dog. He said, bro, I don't feel bad for them, but I do think they do deserve some lashings.
You were taken care of, not to the point you wanted to be, but you were still taken care of. I think it was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. You see, now, he never accused Tyler Perry of flat out sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere. I'm seeing a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man. This is consensual. It's consensual. Same thing with Smokey Robinson and the Four Mexicans. Come on now. You keep coming back and forth to work for 18 years, 12 years, 6 years, 1 year, letting this man do all this to you, you doing all this to him. Here's my thing. Are Smokey Robinson giving you oral sex, right? Did you refuse it? Because how does an 85-year-old man hold you down, Art, for oral sex? How does an 85-year-old man hold you down for oral sex? You enjoyed it as much as he did, but you didn't get out of it what you wanted to. The mistake of Smokey, the mistake of Tyler, the mistake of Shannon, the mistake of all of them is you're dating down and outside your race. You cannot afford to do that. You got too much to lose. I don't think any of these men sexually assaulted anybody. I don't think Smokey guilty. I don't think Shannon Sharp is guilty. I don't think Tyler Perry is guilty. But I would convict them on one count.
One count of
Of
what?
being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would convict them of that. And I would sentence them to 500 lashes apiece, except Uncle Smokey. He too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them for being silly multi-millionaires, and in Tyler Perry's case, multi-billionaire. You a fool. You can't carry yourself like you working at McDonald's. They out here crashing out, Art. Crashing out for non-black vagina and non-black rectum.
Yo.
This is insane. This is
Yo, when Dr. Umar get going, bro, like, yo, he is unstoppable, bro. Like, yo, he is straight up like snapping, bro, about how these guys are just like doing the most craziest things, bro.
dumbass black sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere.
Nah, we
I'm
ain't see
seeing
that.
a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man. This is
Yo, that is wild though. Like, yo, for me to get sexually assaulted on the job and for me to still come back to work, no matter how much I need that job, bro, yo, I don't even think I would be able to.
consensual. It's consensual. Same thing with Smokey Robinson and the four Mexicans. Come on now. You keep coming back and forth to work for 18 years, 12 years, 6 years, 1 year, letting this man do all this to you, you doing all this to him. Here's my thing. Are Smokey Robinson giving you oral sex, right? Did you refuse it? Because how does an 85-year-old man hold you down, Art, for oral sex? How does an 85-year-old man hold you down for oral sex? You enjoyed it as much as he did, but you didn't get out of it what you wanted to. The mistake of Smokey, the mistake of Tyler, the mistake of Shannon, the mistake of all of them is you're dating down and outside your race. You cannot afford to do that. You got too much to.
Dr. Umar said, bro, that's a double whammy, bro. You can't date down and you can't date, you can't date down and you can't date out of your race, man. Dr. Umar said it, bro. Hey Ray, what's up, Ray? What's up? Yo, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream, Ray. Ray said, LOL, lashes a piece is crazy. Yo, hey, that shit was funny though, man. Yo, he said, bro, he don't feel bad for them. He just feel like, bro, he don't feel like they did the crime, but he do feel like they fucking some dumbass black men. Yo, some dumbass black men is hilarious, bro.
Worth too much. Because at the end of the day, every black person in this country, Art, is nothing more than an opportunity and a tool. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care how much money you have. Black people were brought here as objects to be exploited, and we are still objects to be exploited. And the minute you forget that you're nothing but an object or an opportunity to Gabrielle Zuniga, for Mexican immigrants, okay, or to Tyler Perry, in the case of Derek Dixon, they're going to remind you who you are, and they're going to remind you who they are.
The texts we see online, them real texts, right? The ones that leaked online from the lawsuit?
No, I believe they real. I believe they real because in the lawsuit, they have some of the text messages listed. Now, here's the interesting thing though, Art. Smokey Robinson is countersuing. Fat Joe is countersuing. Who else did we talk about a minute ago? Fat Joe is countersuing. Smokey Robinson is countersuing.
And Tyler Perry.
It does no. It don't look like Tyler Perry is countersuing. He might be, but I didn't see anything.
And the reason why I asked you if the chicks is real is because, I mean, if they real, then yeah, Tyler Perry is gay, man. I mean, he made it known in them chicks that, you know, he in them in.
They both consented. You know, I don't agree with same-sex relationships. If Tyler Perry into that, that's him. We all know the childhood he's been through. It can breed that type of pathology. But to me, this was a consensual relationship that was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. That's how I see it. If I'm on the jury, Tyler Perry's relationship with Derek Dixon was mutually exploitative, mutually beneficial. Neither one of them are in the right. Neither one of them are in the wrong if everything stated is true. That's how I'm looking at that. You still got put on. You still got paid. You still got famous. You feel me? You were taken care of, not to the point you wanted to be, but you were still taken care of. I think it was mutually beneficial and mutually exploitative. You see, now, he never accused Tyler Perry of flat out sexually assaulting him with the R. You feel me? To me, it just looked like a lot of butt cheek grabbing is what I saw. A lot of thigh rubbing. You feel me? Like nowhere did I read he held me down and forcibly penetrated me. I don't see that nowhere. I'm seeing a bunch of butt smacking, butt grabbing. He pulled his underwear down. You still stayed on the job. Come on, Art. Come on, man.
Every time he says that crap,
every
time he says that crap just kills me, bro. The fact that he says, bro, a whole bunch of like butt grabbing, pants pulling down, and he stay on the job is crazy. Yo, Ray said, okay. Yo, that's funny, bro.
Smokey Robinson and the 4 Mexicans. Come on now. You keep coming back and forth to work for 18 years, 12 years, 6 years, 1 year, letting this man do all this to you, you doing all this to him. Here's my thing. Are Smokey Robinson giving you oral sex, right? Did you refuse it? Because how does an 85-year-old man hold you down, Art, for oral sex? How does an 85-year-old man hold you down for oral sex? You enjoyed it as much as he did, but you didn't get out of it what you wanted to. The mistake of Smokey, the mistake of Tyler, the mistake of Shannon, the mistake of all of them is you're dating down and outside your race. You cannot afford to do that. You got too much to lose. I don't think any of these men sexually assaulted anybody. I don't think Smokey guilty. I don't think Shannon Sharp is guilty. I don't think Tyler Perry is guilty. But I would convict them on 1 count of being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would convict them of that. And I would sentence them to 500 lashes apiece, except Uncle Smokey. He too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them for being silly multi-millionaires, and in Tyler Perry's case, multi-billionaire. You a fool. You can't carry yourself like you working at McDonald's. They out here crashing out, Art. Crashing out for non-black vagina and non-black rectum. This is insane. This is insane.
No! The fact that he said crashing out for non-black vagina and non-black rectum is fucking diabolical, bro. Like, yo, that is diabolical, bro. Yo, this is how you know he got upset when he started flailing his hands.
Except Uncle Smokey, he too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them on 1 count of being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would convict them of that. And I would sentence them to 500 lashes apiece, except Uncle Smokey, he too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them for being silly multi-millionaires, and in Tyler Perry's case, multi-billionaire. You a fool. You can't carry yourself like you working at McDonald's. They out here crashing out, Art. Crashing out for non-black vagina and non-black rectum. This is insane. This is insane. Black men have to get our lower chakras. I see you laughing, Art. Black men got to get our lower chakras.
Yo, the fucking interviewer is fucking laughing. Yo, the interviewer is fucking laughing. Yo, you notice, you know, you notice that it's now that Dr. Umar he's laughing because he's noticing the interviewer is fucking probably dying behind the camera because yo, that shit was the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. And so that is something that only Dr. Umar would say. Like, G shit. Only Dr. Umar would say that shit. Like, only Dr. Umar would say that they're getting in trouble over non-black vagina and non-black rectum. Yo, Dr. Umar know what the fuck. Yo, Dr. Umar, he fine. He can hold his composure, bro. Cause yo, it took some real guts. It takes real guts for him to drop those type of bars and not fucking break a fucking sweat, bro.
Think Tyler Perry is guilty, but I would convict him on one count of being dumbass black men in racist white America. I would convict him of that. And I would sentence him to 500 lashes apiece, except Uncle Smokey. He too old to be taking lashes. But I will convict them for being silly multi-millionaires, and in Tyler Perry's case, multi-billionaire. You a fool. You can't carry yourself like you working at McDonald's. They out here crashing out, Art. Crashing out for non-black vagina and non-black rectum. This is insane. This is insane. Black men have to get our lower chakras. I see you laughing, Art. Black men got to get our lower chakras under control, Art. We got to get our chakras under control. This is madness. This is madness.
Yeah, you threw me off when you said rectum. But
yo, for real, me too.
Yeah, that guy, he's a legend that, he was in bed and Tyler Perry, he crawled in bed with him and Tyler Perry started touching on him.
Yeah, he said Tyler Perry rubbed his thigh.
You know what I mean? Like, how does it get to that point? I don't know. I'm confused.
Remember, when I was saying he went over his house, they had some drinks. It got late. Tyler Perry felt he was a little too tipsy to drive home. Tyler Perry invited him to stay. He stayed. He slides into the bed with Derek Dixon, allegedly, starts rubbing his leg. Derek Dixon told him, I'm not sexual. That's what he kept saying throughout the lawsuit. I'm not sexual. So I don't know if he was trying to claim he was a virgin or if he was trying to claim that he just wasn't ready to have relations with Tyler Perry. He never said he wasn't homosexual, though, so I believe he's definitely that, but he just wasn't ready. Bottom line, he had too much art. He knew what he wanted, period. Derek Dixon said, you a billionaire, you the man, and you ain't clapping these cheeks until I get my own show, period. And Tyler Perry thought he was going to clap. Allegedly, if this is true, he thought he was going to clap, and Derek wouldn't give it up. He wanted his own show. Neither one of them, they used each other. They played each other. It's sad, man, because I don't want to see Tyler Perry disgraced. Tyler Perry is one of the few black men in this century, Art, who could go on my Mount Rushmore for black achievement if he starts producing some very serious, empowering African-centered movies. Like he did the movie about the sisters in World War II. That was an integrationist kind of thing. It was nice. It was cute. It was good. Shout out to Tyler Perry for that. Kerry Washington, great job, and the other sisters on there. I liked it. But we need a Black Wall Street movie. We need a Marcus Garvey. We need Haitian Revolution. We need Ida B. Wells. Like, if Tyler Perry Art can give me 12 strong black movies, not no integrationist flicks about how we desegregated the army. I'm tired of the integrationist flicks. Give me some strong black power.
Yo, why you trying Tyler Perry like that, bro? Yo, Dr. Umar, he said, bro, don't give me that fucking how we fucking hurt black women and shit.
Haitian Revolution. We need Ida B. Wells. Like, if Tyler Perry Art can give me 12 strong black movies, not no integrationist flicks about how we desegregated the army. I'm tired of the integrationist flicks. Give me some strong black power. Give me 12 powerful black dramas. Powerful. he could end up on my Mount Rushmore right next to Brian Stevenson. Right now, I only have Brian Stevenson up there, the brother in charge of the Innocence Project, because he's helped so many Africans get off of death row who were illegally charged and sentenced to life. Tyler Perry could get up there because media is powerful and controlling the way black people think and feel is powerful. Tyler Perry has that ability in his hands. I just don't want him to throw it away, because if he keep on getting hit with these lawsuits, I'm going to have to cancel him from my list. Not cancel him generally, but cancel him from my Mount Rushmore. But Tyler Perry could hit that Mount Rushmore if he do the right thing. I hate to see this for him. I hate to see this for Smokey. I hate to see this for Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp.
Snow Bunny Shannon
Can
Sharp.
I can't swear at him, man. Probably not. This.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
That was 2 clicks.
Yo, that shit is crazy. Yo, the whole thing about Tyler Perry thing, what makes it even more crazy about it is that Tyler Perry is a person that was standing on business for for his religious belief, and and who he even betrayed. It was like Medea. Who is Medea in your family? Everybody had a Medea in their family that caused them to relate to Tyler Perry's Medea role. Like everybody has a big mama size type vibe. Everybody has somebody in their family that has big breasts. She's heavy set, and she's heavy faith and religious, and like she's really there. Like someone has that type of that figure in their family, and Tyler Perry honed in on that, and he was a staple of religion, religion excellence for males and females, because she showed the female version of it through Medea, that she's so supportive, and she's that mother. She'll still pray and whatever. She'll cuss you out, and and then he is, as a man, he portrayed it as himself. Every time you see Tyler Perry, he's usually talking about TD Jakes, or he's giving a speech, or he's talking prayer, and he's talking so he gave it to you on both aspects, and for him to have been that staple of religious standard, it's just baffling. It is just very baffling. So I guess this just an example of not holding even the holiest of people to a too high of a standard. I guess that's what we would get from this whole thing. Ray, Snow Bunny, Shannon Sharp, yes. Yo, man. Hey, we knew Shannon Sharp liked the Snow Bunnies. So when Ray said, so when Dr. Umar referenced Mount Rushmore, is he talking about literally Mount Rushmore, or is this metaphorically speaking or something? Yep, metaphorically speaking. Like it's Mount Rushmore. Yep, metaphorically speaking. His idea. But yeah, like that was one of the reasons why it's this whole thing was crazy. But Tyler Perry has a whole family. He has a whole family, so it's basically he was living a double life. He was living a double life that is now coming into light. Just like how Diddy was, he was not living a double life, but shoot, his life came to light.
Tyler Perry, how you feel about everything he's being accused of?
Here go a whole nother thing. But this guy, he doing a civil suit against Tyler Perry. I don't know if he put any racketeering or any criminal acts against him, but it's real funny, man, how stuff I talked about years ago how Tyler Perry was at Jack the Rapper. I don't know if he was at Jack the Rapper per se, but Jack the Rapper was in Puerto Rico. And me and my man was sitting at a table, Black, this kid named Black, pretty boy Black. We were sitting at the table at this nice restaurant. And 2 bottles of champagne came over to our table. I was like, damn, Black, you balling like that, bruh? So I know you got the bill. He was like, Gene, I thought you ordered that shit. I said, I ain't ordered nothing. What are you talking about? So I called the waitress. I say, hey, yo, these bottles was about $200-300 a bottle, bro. And you talking about we in the in early 2000s.
He like,
They're
yo, you
like
can't
$200-300
afford that
a
shit.
bottle.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, yo.
yeah, you can't afford that shit.
Yo, this at the wrong table. You know what I'm saying? And she said, no. The gentleman over there sent the bottles over to the gentleman over here. And they pointed to my man Black. And I looked at the gentleman over there, and I looked at Black. I looked at the gentleman over there, and he's smiling. And then I looked at Black. I looked at the gentleman over there, and it was Tyler Perry.
Yo.
I was like, oh, snap. I said, yo, little ninja, let me find out you wake up in the morning and Muddeer's in the room with you.
Yo, not Medea's in the room with you.
Man, he sent my man 2 bottles of champagne over. I was like, yo, Black, you know him? He was like, yo, no. I said, send him back. He was like, I'm drinking them. I said, all right, dude. Go ahead and drink them long as if you want to. Tyler Perry sending grown men bottles of champagne over to their table back then. So when I told that story, you know, I guess some people was mad at me because I told the story. But I also knew about the Boondocks. Did you ever watch the Boondocks? And they did this segment on there when this actor was acting like he was a woman, like Muddeer, but only to have, only to have sex with men. You ain't ever seen that?
Nah, I never seen it. I heard about it though. I've been hearing about it all week.
Yeah, man. They did an episode on the Boondocks of like Muddeer, but only reason he was doing that was to have sex with men. Had them in the play, in the movie, and things like that. So they did that, and Tyler Perry had them take it off, and end up eventually having the whole show taken off the air. It was one of the funniest episodes of the Boondocks. So when I said that Tyler Perry was sending men bottles over to the table, everybody thought that shit is normal. It ain't normal where I'm from. You ain't gonna send no 2 men, but he was sending Black. He wasn't sending me. He was sending Black those 2 bottles of champagne. And I was like, yo, wow.
Yep, that's wild as hell.
Tyler Perry go hard in the paint. Huh?
That's wild as hell.
And now this lawsuit he facing. This dude has said that, and the dude had made reference almost a year ago about this whole situation. I think he just got the courage up to go against him. He made reference to it. So now he's going against, I guess Tyler Perry threw him off the set or not using him anymore. So he gonna come out with his truth. But he has a right, Tyler Perry has a right to face his accusers too. But I believe the dude gonna be all in the right. He should have settled out.
You think so? You don't think it's gonna end well for Tyler Perry?
Well, I believe a grown-ass man ain't gonna come out and say another man was sexually trying to do something to him. And if he wasn't trying to do nothing to him. Because that's a whole lot to put out there. I just like one of the content creators said that Diddy was trying to sex him, but then he goes to see Diddy at Revolt Fair. Do that make any sense? Unless you really into that like that. you know, why would this dude say something about Tyler Perry like that? He made reference to it months ago. Now he just came out with the lawsuit with it. Tyler Perry got an answer to that. Because you can't tell, allegedly. I was there when he made it. To me, that's a pass. He was making a pass at my friend. He was making a pass at my friend, sending them 2 bottles over to his table. That's making a pass at a man. So the dude must got some. He might got something on Tyler Perry.
Do you remember the year this was?
It was Jack the Rapper. It was the year that 50 song came out in the club.
Oh, shoot.
I remember that because me and 50 spoke at that place right there. That's the first time after his shooting I ever spoke to 50. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I remember that the year of it. I don't know what year that was, but it was the year that In the Club came out and 50 was there promoting his music.
Are you working a lot this summer? Are you vacationing this summer? What are you doing?
I've actually taken some time for myself.
Good for you.
Except that I'm here. But no,
This is the last thing.
This is the last thing for a bit. But no, what I decided to do was take off until my birthday and just travel and be with my son and spend.
So he talks right here. He talks about his family, and when I seen this, after hearing about all the allegations and everything like that, I looked at this in a very peculiar lens. Like, okay.
Time for myself.
Good for you.
Except that I'm here.
Are you working a lot this summer? Are you vacationing this summer? What are you doing?
I've actually taken some time for myself.
Good for you.
Except that I'm here. But no,
This is the last thing.
This is the last thing for a bit. But no, what I decided to do was take off until my birthday and just travel and be with my son and spend time, see the world, things I haven't been able to do. So I'm finally able to do that.
Your son is so beautiful.
Yeah, he is.
How old is he now?
He's 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's he into? What's going on?
Soccer. He loves soccer.
Nice.
He's a great soccer player. So
Nice.
yeah. We had a little bully we had to deal with, and I'm that old school dad that was like, nope, get your shoes on. We're going to whoop his self. But yeah,
Because
it's all good.
soccer's rough.
Soccer's rough, but he needs that. Like he needs that
Sure.
roughness to make him more tough.
Does he follow the leagues in Europe, or is he a fan of the teams here in the States?
He's very much Europe, and when I'm watching the games with him, he's telling me all the different players and when they're because listen, sometimes when they're scoring, I don't know who's scoring.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up on football and basketball. And I don't know
Right.
soccer, but I'm trying to learn it, and he is having no mercy when I mess up.
Has he explained offsides to you yet?
Yes, and can you explain to me again? I still don't get it.
During the
They don't
commercial.
ever.
Still don't
There
get
are
it.
two kinds of people:
Yeah.
people that understand offsides and normal people
Who don't even know what that means.
don't see it.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times I am shown offsides, I go, I don't see.
Now I see it in football, but
That's easy to see,
I can't see it in soccer.
Right.
Yeah,
It's subtle.
yeah.
And
It's subtle.
I
It's subtle.
understand.
You hear that?
It's subtle.
Yeah,
It's subtle. We wouldn't get it.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think that going to Europe with your
Probably
son,
because both of
you're
y'all
gonna
got women
experience a whole
tendencies.
other level of European
That's why you
football.
guys
It's
wouldn't get
crazy
it.
over there. It's like it's a
Both of you guys
religion.
got women tendencies, so it's a woman thing.
Yeah. Well, his mom's Ethiopian, so it's a
Yeah,
religion
yeah.
all
Oh,
around
right. The whole world, globally.
So you know where he got the introduction from. It's for her, not
Right.
for me. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but you and I have our shared love of Beyonce.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you've been to the new concert, which I've not been to.
You haven't been.
No, I haven't
What
been.
happened? What is wrong with you?
I-
You are banned.
I was not in town.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was out of
There you
town.
are.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
oh my gosh.
Wait, now what stadium is that?
That I think that's in Chicago. So yeah, I started in L.A.
So you're traveling around.
I'm a background singer. She
She doesn't know it.
She doesn't know it,
She
but I'm
doesn't
the
know it.
background singing from the audience, singing
Yeah, yeah.
everything with her. But
Yeah,
it's great. It's
exactly.
great.
How
Yeah.
many concerts have you been to? Beyonce concerts?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Right. I gotta jump on your plane.
Yeah, come on,
That's
let's
what
go.
I need to do.
Let's go.
I need to get on your plane.
I think she thought I was stalking her at one point because she was in Copenhagen. She's like, This is Denmark. What are you doing here? You're playing. I'm here. Let's go watch.
I love that.
This is great.
And do you wear the hat for every show?
I don't wear the hat for every show.
Why not? I love a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to find a cowboy hat for this size head? So I got one, and that's it, man. So I'll work on getting some. Exactly right. Exactly.
Yo, for some reason now, every time he speaks, it just looks very feminine to me. Like ever since now this allegation come out, every time he speaks, it seems so feminine. Yeah, the concert, yes.
Do you know how hard it is to find a cowboy hat for this size head? So I got one, and that's it, man. So I'll work on getting some.
hat.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yo, that's funny. There was another. Let me see. What video was funny? And I was like, oh heck no. I was like, oh heck no. I was like, oh heck no. Let me see. I feel like Pierce Morgan. Oh yeah. Piers Morgan. I feel like Piers Morgan. They had a video on this, on Tyler. I feel like they had a video. Guess not. I guess not. Okay. I guess not. Let's see. Let's see what Pink Book got going on that. Let me see if Pink Book. Nope. Did not have anything. Okay. So I guess we'll finish this up.
Still, in the beginning, peace was already.
We'll finish this up and then.
When you go and buy Tiffany Haddish a car, see if we remember the movie Cadillac Records.
Ray said, I've always gotten those vibes.
But I won't give you what you're worth.
It's real. Before all this lawsuits and whatever and whatnot. Yep, I agree. We did always thought that, man. He played the Madea too well.
Me to do shit just
and he did it too much.
Tiffany's so nice and so sweet. That night, I'm tired of being fucking nice to you.
With Tyler Perry facing serious legal heat, Tiffany Haddish has now stepped into the spotlight, dropping cryptic but telling remarks about her own experience with him.
They were supposed to pay me $1,200 to do the movie. I wasn't in a union. It was a non-union film, so there's nothing I really could do about it. They never paid me. They never paid me a dime.
It's not random. It feels calculated, as if something's been bubbling under the surface for years, and she's finally ready to let the world know what really went down behind the scenes.
I'm just tired of people playing with me. I'm nobody want to work for free. I don't even ask people to work for free.
So what did she go through? Let's get into it. Lately, many celebrities in Hollywood have started speaking out against powerful figures in the industry. One of the latest to come forward is Tiffany Haddish. She's now making new claims against Tyler Perry, and it seems like her experience is something she went through personally while trying to make it in Hollywood, and she blames Perry for a big part of it.
It's real. Like, if the man looks too good to be true, he is.
Tiffany has allegedly spoken about the disturbing side of Tyler Perry that people don't see behind the scenes. She opened up about feeling betrayed by him and shared truths that were kept hidden for years. She talked about how Hollywood took a toll on her, saying it cost her peace, even her soul. And then, to make things worse, she ended up being canceled.
I'm just tired of people playing with me.
Tiffany Haddish went through a really tough time, especially when it came to Tyler Perry. You won't believe how he treated her. After she was hit with a serious lawsuit a few years ago, one that accused her and comedian Aries Spears of misconduct involving 2 minors, Tiffany says her whole life changed. She lost jobs, opportunities dried up, and to make it worse, Tyler Perry, someone she once saw as family, completely distanced himself. Best known for her breakout role in Girls Trip, Tiffany later spoke to TMZ about how deep the fallout really went. The lawsuit, filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, claimed she and Spears had Geed and M, 2 U-age siblings. Tiffany had already denied the accusations before, but the damage was done, and what hurt most was how fast even close allies like Perry turned their backs.
I lost everything. All my gigs gone. Everything gone.
But now that they changed face, you know,
I
you
don't
feel
know,
like
bro.
you regain your.
I don't have no job.
In the middle of all the chaos, Tyler Perry and his studios stayed silent. Even after the accusations against Tiffany Haddish were proven false, there was no sign of support from Perry. Despite everything Tiffany has done to uplift others and use her platform for good, she was left to face the storm alone. Perry didn't step in, not even once, to stand by her during that tough time. At the same time, actress Monique became even more outspoken about her issues with Tyler Perry. She called out how he treats black actors in the industry, saying he uses them when it benefits him, and then turns his back when they need support. According to Monique, what happened to Tiffany was just another example. During one of her comedy sets, she didn't hold back, getting real about the tension she's had with them over the years. If you remember her powerful role in Lee Daniels' 2010 film Precious, she says things went downhill from there. Since that Oscar-winning performance, she claims she's only been in 4 movies, and she blames what she now calls whiteballing by that circle. She first opened up about being blackballed by them back in 2015, and she's been standing firm on it ever since.
I was whiteballed.
Monique continued to spill more tea during her Apollo set, expressing that, in her perspective, the term blackballed doesn't quite encapsulate the situation as she sees it. What is that black D connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed by some black D who have no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Ms. Oprah Winfrey, she said. See, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too MF much. It would me not to say the real shh. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly, so you could suck my D if I had one.
Damn.
Tyler Perry, following his box office success, he ventured into television with the well-received sitcom House of Pain. However, a controversy surfaced during negotiations for a lucrative syndication deal and a spin-off series titled Meet the Browns. According to Deadline, Perry allegedly dismissed 4 writers who were seeking union contracts, leading to a contentious situation in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson expressed dissatisfaction, stating, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer." In response to the dispute, Tyler Perry claimed full authorship, stating that he personally writes everything. However, his issues with unions extended beyond the writers' room. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took action by prohibiting their members from participating in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run, due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. While Perry may be motivated by a focus on maximizing profits, his methods have not garnered unanimous approval within the industry.
There's a camera on you, baby. Is there a camera on me right now? Back behind you. Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
Perry, who built his brand on family-friendly films and runs one of the biggest black-owned studios in the country, is now facing serious allegations that don't match his public image. And to make things even messier, actor Terry Crews, who's never been afraid to speak out, is starting to shine a light on Perry's long-standing ties to the industry's darker side. He's connected to probably everyone I know in the business, Crews revealed. I did not know this man. I never had a conversation with him, ever.
I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time.
He's starting to show that the image Tyler Perry has built up over the years might not match what's really been going on behind the scenes. It's been reported that people like Tyler Perry are feeling concerned about P. Diddy's recent legal troubles, worrying it could open up a can of worms following his arrest. Eventually, Tiffany managed to clear her name. The case was dismissed. I can give you their names. Hazel Scott. I can give time in her career. She said Hollywood turned its back on her, even big names like Tyler Perry. Because of this, she was blackballed and ended up going broke. Her career took a big hit, and many fans in Hollywood started to distance themselves from her. When it was announced that she'd be returning for Girls Trip 2, the producers were hit with backlash. People even started petitions asking for her character to be removed from the movie. Tiffany also opened up about her early days in the industry, saying that Tyler Perry wasn't the only one. A lot of other Hollywood actors tried to take advantage of her too. She shared shocking stories about her rise to fame, including strange encounters involving Scientology and actress Jada Pinkett. Tiffany said that during her struggling years, someone from the Church of Scientology approached her. The group, which has been involved in several celebrity scandals, including ones tied to Jada Pinkett, seemed to have their eye on her back then. Haddish shared that she was homeless and in desperate need of job. She was even an orphan. That meant she had no one to look after her. She said, "I was homeless as hell," she told reporters at the Television Critics Association press tour while promoting her reboot of Kids Say the Darndest Things on ABC, "and I needed a roof over my head." While trying to secure roles as an extra at a casting agency, Tiffany Haddish was approached by someone who introduced her to Scientology. Tiffany Haddish shared that when she was approached by Scientology, the concept wasn't as widely known as it is today. Being a homeless woman struggling to get by, she saw it as an opportune moment. However, she was unaware that there were other intentions at play. "I took a few courses and they found out I was homeless," she continues. "And then they were like, if you stay here, we'll pay you $50 a month and you'll have a roof over your head and you can help us in Inglewood and the South Central area in Los Angeles," because I guess they didn't have any people like me in their organization. It appears that, at that point, they might have decided to make her a member, as the next turn of events took an unexpected twist. Tiffany Haddish disclosed that she was given a contract by the Church of Scientology and was required to sign it. The contract was like a billion-year contract or something, which I thought was crazy, but I was like, whatever, I need a place to stay. Things took an even stranger turn when Tiffany Haddish observed the conditions that her supposed helpers associated with Scientology were proposing to her. They took me where people sleep, the barracks, they call it, and it was bunk beds, and I don't do bunk beds, she says. So I threw a fit and they tore my contract up and they put me out. I don't do bunk beds. It's just not my thing. You want to see me lose my temper? Tell me I got to sleep in a bunk bed and I'm going to cut up. Scientology, a religion often surrounded by controversy, runs special churches called celebrity centers. These are meant for artists, politicians, industry leaders, sports stars, and anyone with the power and vision to create a better world, according to their website. Jada Pinkett has made headlines before because of her connections to Scientology. So it makes sense that they target famous people to join. But it's not just celebrities they're after. Reports say they also tried to involve children in their teachings. And that's not all. Comedian and actor Cat Williams also stirred the pot when he took a shot at Tiffany Haddish. While on the V103 show Frank and Wanda in the Morning, he made some bold claims that caused a lot of buzz. Right after winning an Emmy for his role on Atlanta, Cat used the spotlight to question how Tiffany became famous so fast. He didn't hold back. He said she doesn't write her own jokes and hasn't really proven herself as a true comedian yet. He said,
"She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes."
Cat Williams didn't hold back his opinions, and it appears that his skeptical outlook on Tiffany Haddish's comedy career may now be impacting her. He added, "They all ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball? Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe." Tiffany Haddish has recently been in the spotlight because of her actions. Many fans think that because of the tough times she's faced in Hollywood, she might have made some bad choices without fully understanding them. Her recent behavior has caused concern. Early Friday morning, she was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence, according to the Beverly Hills Police Department. The police were called at 5:45 a.m., and Tiffany was taken into custody soon after. This happened after she performed at the Laugh Factory in West Hollywood the night before, during their annual Thanksgiving event. What's interesting is that earlier that same day, she had already been in jail after being booked that morning. When someone in the audience at the Laugh Factory asked her about it, she made a joke, saying her prayers for a man in uniform were answered, and the crowd laughed. She had used a similar joke after a DUI incident in Georgia in 2022 when she appeared on The Tonight Show. She said, "I can say this, Jimmy. I've been praying to God to send me a new man. A good man," said Haddish. "Honest God went ahead and sent me 4 in a uniform. I wasn't expecting it. I got a really great lawyer and we're gonna work it out. And I've got to get my asking of things to God a little better." Later, Tiffany Haddish told ET that her Thanksgiving day was very busy. She started the day by helping serve food to people in need at the Laugh Factory. She also performed a special comedy show during the club's 43rd annual free Thanksgiving meal for the community. About her arrest, Haddish told ET that her Tesla, which she says parked itself, ended up blocking part of the street because she fell asleep. She said, "I'm going to get some help so I can learn balance and boundaries." Tiffany Haddish said she's feeling okay after the incident and thanked the Beverly Hills Police Department for handling everything professionally. She got in trouble on November 24th when witnesses saw her car stopped in the middle of Beverly Drive, and it looked like she was asleep behind the wheel. But Tiffany hasn't just been dealing with the driving issue. Recently, while driving, she went on Instagram and spoke honestly about her feelings about her team and friends. In a heartfelt talk that lasted almost 22 minutes, she shared her frustrations and worries, giving fans a glimpse of the struggles she faces as a public figure and entertainer.
Don't ask me to do shit just to get, oh, she's a nice person. Tiffany's so nice and so sweet. That nice. I'm tired of being fucking nice to you, raggedy.
In the video, Tiffany Haddish began by talking about a common misunderstanding about her, that she's always nice and sweet. She seemed upset and said she's tired of being seen that way all the time. During her talk, she openly shared how unhappy she is with some people close to her, who she feels are taking advantage of her kindness and being lazy. She was clearly frustrated and warned others not to expect her to work for free, especially when she has already paid them before.
Don't nobody want to work for free. I don't even ask people to work for free.
Many fans think Tiffany was talking about Tyler Perry, accusing him of blacklisting her and not paying actors fairly. Tyler Perry Studios had a big problem in 2008 when the Writers Guild of America West filed a complaint. This happened because Perry fired 4 black writers from his TV show, House of Pain. The writers wanted to join a union, but Perry didn't sign a contract that would have given them benefits like pensions and health care. Perry's lawyers said the writers were fired because of the quality of their work, not because of union issues. Because of what Tiffany has been saying and doing recently, many fans are worried about her. Some believe she needs help to get through the tough world of Hollywood and to do well. And now, as the Tyler Perry scandal continues to unravel, Tiffany Haddish's sudden revelations throw gasoline on an already raging fire. For years, Perry has been celebrated as a mentor and kingmaker in Hollywood, especially within the black entertainment community. But Haddish's hints suggest there may be a disturbing underside to that carefully